question are you trying to ask?
That's a clown question, bro.
Next.
What's the question?
Next.
What's the question?
What else do you want to know?
Next question, man.
Next question.
Next question.
Next question.
Next question. Next question.
Stupid ass questions.
That's a BS question, man.
Answer my question! The question, jerk!
I like the way we updated that one, right? That's a pretty good.
Always gets better and better.
Here's the part of the show where I will ask a series of hard-hitting, provocative questions to Domonique Foxworth, and whether he's ready or not, he has to answer them, and then we're going to get everybody to chime in. Let's start with this. We know who the 2 seeds are going to be, the Eagles and the Bills. Which one is likelier to get bounced in round 1 of the playoffs? Me?
You put me in a bad spot. I think the Cowboys might be the only 2 seed to have ever lost in the first round of playoffs, but I would say, reluctantly, I'd say the Bills. I think the Eagles have a much more complete team. The Bills, they have some weaknesses on the defensive side of the ball. And so I would say if one team could get knocked out, it would be the Bills. But, I mean, they both are going to win.
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence in both these teams, but I would agree on the Buffalo Bills because teams that have been able to run directly at them and get one-on-ones on the outside, that's where they've been successful.
I disagree. Mike T, which one do you got? Just want to hear if it's a clean sweep.
No, it's not. I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Me too.
Yeah, and here's why. Their passing game downfield is inconsistent. In the playoffs, you got to be able to score points. And to Josh Allen's credit, he's been able to do that with receivers that we don't always talk about.
To me, it's about the opponent. Yeah. Look who's going to be the 7 seed in the AFC. It's going to be Cincinnati, or it's going to be Miami, or it's going to be Denver. On the other side, Green Bay is very likely sitting there at number 7.
A rematch of the Brazil game.
A rematch of the first game of the season, that Friday night that they played in Brazil. And more to the point, I think a much tougher test than the Bills are going to get in the AFC.
I agree, but I guess I have more confidence in the there really are no weaknesses. I get your point about the downfield passing attack. They're not perfect offensively, but they can run through anybody, and that impacts everything.
I think Saquon's going to be exhausted after he runs for 250 yards this week and breaks the record. All right, next question. Domonique, the 2024 draft class, the quarterbacks, have a chance to be historically a pretty great class. 5 years from now, who will we say is the best one?
Oh, this is an easy one. It's a layup. It's Jayden Daniels. I think there's no reason to believe that the best quarterback in the class right now won't continue to be the best quarterback. And you see what he's done. No disrespect to the guys around him, but he's not really surrounded by a bunch of talent. And we give a lot of credit to what Cliff Kingsbury has done. But when you watch that offense, it's not like super sophisticated and taking all the pressure off of Jayden Daniels. It's a lot of result of him just being good. And I think that when they improve the things around him, he also gets better. I like him as the best.
Mike T, in a vacuum, if we were redrafting them right now, who would you take first?
Jayden Daniels by a mile. And the only thing that could go wrong would be injuries. He has to get bigger from the waist down and his lower body to have sustained success. But when they turn the ball over 5 times against the Eagles and they still win, that's all you need to know about the value of Jayden Daniels.
Can I make an argument for Drake May?
That's what I was going to say.
You look at how he's performed this year with what's around him, their offensive line. We're talking about possibly the worst wide receiver group in the NFL. And since he's entered the lineup, he's been wildly successful. You can see some of the things with him. The future's bright as well.
You don't like rookie quarterbacks taking your team to the playoffs?
I didn't say I'm not going with Jayden, but just to make a case for Drake May.
I think Drake May,
Drake May's on the worst team in the league.
Right, but he which also means that he has not been in the situations that Jayden Daniels has been in. Drake May, if you could argue against him, it is about the poise stuff that I think in decision making. I think that comes with more experience. Jayden Daniels is already demonstrating that, and so that's what put it over the top. I think ability-wise, Drake May is up there, but we haven't seen him do the level of things that Jayden Daniels already has.
All right, let me do the last one here. Why does or doesn't, make the case, Joe Burrow deserve to be the MVP of the league if the Bengals make the playoffs?
That's an easy one again, because Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson exist. I think the argument, and it would be it would be setting new precedent. I would understand this as an argument if it were last year, or it was a year when the race didn't have like clear front runners, and then you could make this kind of side argument. Like he's playing as well, or the other 2 guys are on better teams and playing as well. And statistically, Lamar Jackson at least is playing better than him. So it really gets hard for me to understand why you would make this argument about how bad everything is around him and use that to put him over guys that are having historically great seasons.
They asked Burrow about this yesterday. Here's what he said.
Did you get the MVP chance when you went off the field?
I did.
What were your thoughts?
I'll win one day.
You feel like this year might be your year for you or no?
I doubt it.
Why?
Usually you got to win your division. It is what it is. That's how it's voted. I don't necessarily disagree with it, I would say.
All right, so I mean, he's not making a campaign for himself one way or another. Who would you vote for right now?
Oh, it's easy to read. It's Lamar Jackson. Let me say why. He's leading the league in yards per pass attempt, meaning he's getting the ball down the field better than any other quarterback.
Not by a little bit either.
Yeah, 8.9 yards per attempt. And to me, Greeny, when you could throw that consistently from the pocket, combined with what we're watching here, this unbelievable athleticism, that is the definition of unstoppable. And with these debates, I'm not taking anything away from Burrow or Josh Allen, but what Lamar Jackson's done from a skill development standpoint is unbelievable. And to me, it all starts with what he's done from the pocket this season.
Cindy, put the picks up, if you will. J-Mac, you're on Josh Allen. Why?
Yeah, I love what Josh Allen was able to do. And as much as we may hate it, the MVP comes with a storyline, and I think the storyline for the Buffalo Bills going into this season was they were going to have a drop-off specifically on the offensive side of the ball because of losing Stephon Diggs, not really bringing in any big-name free agency. And then all the guys they lost on the defensive side of the ball. This team was not supposed to be a Super Bowl favorite, and a lot of it has to do with how Josh Allen has played and his ability to spread the ball around to a lot of guys we didn't expect to have such big seasons.
So first of all, I'd like to acknowledge how damn good Joe Burrow has to be so confident to be like, yeah, I don't want it. I'll get one eventually. I lean more in the direction of Lamar Jackson because of how he's been able to pass the ball. Like, he is on the verge of setting the record for the best passer rating season in the history of the league. And what you need to understand about passer rating is we threw that out as a stat because it underappreciates athletic quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson is going to have the best pocket passing career or season in NFL history. It's insane.
Very quickly, didn't you say Allen yesterday?
Yeah, I felt different.
That was
yesterday.
last year.
That was last year.
I was setting you up for the joke.
Mike T been wanting to make that joke.
I know.
Since 6 a.m.
Yeah.
I'm going to go melt some Cheez-Its.
He changed his mind. Okay, now that's a little inside. As we continue, stardom or sit 'em, a fantasy decision becomes reality in Philly. Our crew will tell the Eagles exactly what to do.